definitely taking some what they figure successful elements of Mario Kart 7, and that's going to carry on to the Wii U over perhaps how the Wii did it with Mario Kart Wii. And that's there's a couple items here. The style card customization seems to be right from Mario Kart 7 with you choose your body, your tires, and your glider for your combo. The combo stats that show up on screen is speed, acceleration, weight, cornering, and grip, which is pretty similar, a little different. Mm-hmm. And then finally for the Mario Kart 7 type customization you have actually a new addition. You have the karts, you have the bikes, but then you also have this third ATV off-road vehicle, four-wheeler, in other words, added selection. With that, I guess that more broad customization, what do you think of that from Mario Kart 8? Do you wish there was more customization? Is there anything that sticks out to you? Just what's your general thoughts about how Nintendo's approaching combos for Mario Kart 8? Let's actually go to Cher.
I think it sounds a lot, like we have now, other than the off-road, and which is, I might have to go with that besides a bike after all these years. But it really doesn't seem too much different. I wish they would have put a little bit more customization, choices there.
Yeah. Yeah, what do you think? Cher, did you ever play Mario Kart 7? Were you playing that?
Oh, no, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I was just curious. I didn't either, but no. Because of the glider issue.
Yeah.
So, well, how about you, Freddie?
Never played Mario Kart 7. They've already commented on this, so I'll stick to it. Funky Kong, Bowser Bike. That's me done. Too much customization. I just want a whole lobby of Funky Kong.
Oh, that's wow. Just wow.
Wow. You and some trolling 12-year-olds want that. That's about it.
Skip over Freddie.
I couldn't help
my friend, you can have the Yoshi bike that was in there. How about that?
It was awesome.
I couldn't help it. Tears are coming down my face. Oh, man. I know how much you all hated him, but my God, I love that character. I don't know. I mean, it is something that's new to people who've not played MK7, so I'm not too sure how the gliders work. How do different gliders affect how quickly you glide, how quickly you come down, or are they just there as what's the word? Window dressing.
Well, they're definitely not window dressing.
Yeah, because Mario Kart, there was hidden stats where they actually did affect. But
so they'll make you glide faster, in other words.
Yeah, some of the gliders are meant for speed, going straight, while others are meant to give you mobility in the air so you can dodge stuff. And that's actually where the biggest changes are. Some of the gliders can also cause you to be faster or slower in the water as well, even though they don't deploy. So there is some thought process into determining which glider is best for you. And I don't know. I don't really agree with Murph when it comes to the racing being slowed down in the air. I feel more like the racing in the air is more of a it's more of a high risk type area because as everyone knows, when you want to do the most damage to, let's say, someone in the lead, you throw your red shell or your blue shell and try to hit them while they're trying to make a jump. Mm-hmm. Well, it's kind of even worse when you're gliding. So you have to be careful as to when to let go of your items and when to try to protect yourself, or you may have to do things like reduce the penalty for getting hit by diving down first. But then that actually makes you more of a target to green shells and banana peels that happen to be thrown in the air towards you because now you're below.
Wow.
What are the
that's the whole mechanic that those of us who have not played MK7 have got no idea about.
Yeah.
So you're obviously the go-to guy for the gliders.
Right.
Because
if they change, if they don't change anything about the gliders, the basic mechanics of gliding is if you point downward, you increase speed, and if you pull upward, you'll decrease speed. And usually, if you use a mushroom, or maybe just even like a small boost from your drifting onto the ramp, that'll give you some lift and give you less penalty going up, which means that gives you more room to descend, which means it gives you more speed. So there's definitely going to be a gliding aspect you need to be considering if you want to go for time trials and stuff like that. Sure.
Did you have any more comments on that, Freddie?
I was about to say, I mean, the changing of the tires and the body also affect it as well, don't they, Mikey? So
yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
I mean, is it a case of trying to go for the best combo for what you like to race as? Because I mean, I will race as Toad, Daisy, or Funky, or any of the characters really. But there were always the faster bikes or faster carts that I would pick.
Right.
And not necessarily they were the heavyweights, because obviously I was picking Toad, I would have picked either the Concerto or the Bullet Bike to race with. So, I mean, when you pick a body, does that body determine, even if you're racing with a small cart, does that determine your weight? Does the body of the cart determine your weight?
So the combination of the character and the body will determine most of the weight.
Right.
And I complain all the time that there's all sorts of like middle Marios that play on Mario Kart 7. They're all running the same cart body and wheels and stuff.
Right. It's so annoying.
The reality is that's not the only good combination. Unlike in the Wii, where it's usually just a bike and go wheelie. In Mario Kart 7, it's not always the best combination for a specific track, and so I'm not using the main combination. I'm using a soda jet with the roller wheels, which are really small, and what that gives me at the cost of top speed is massive turn capability and the ability to dodge items and stuff thrown at me simply by drifting out of the way and pointing my items at an angle so that people who are not directly behind me can still get hit. And I can cut corners like no one's business. I can go faster on certain tracks than the fastest vehicles because they can't make the turns I can make.
Right.
So I think there's a lot more variety with the kart system customization, and I think you don't have to necessarily change your style of play to cater to the game like I felt like you had to do on Mario Kart Wii. So I'm kind of excited with the fact that they're bringing this into Mario Kart 8 again.
Well, what do you think, Merky?
I missed Mario Kart 7 as well, so a lot of this is going to be new to me, but I welcome customization, especially if it's not just a cosmetic deal, if it actually can alter. So, it's going to be a lot of trial and error for me trying to figure out what works best for my play style, or maybe even having different carts that I want to use in different situations. But I welcome that. I like, honestly, I like the kind of customization I get in Need for Speed, and honestly, even like the Mario and Sonic and Yoshi's, so they have customization and stuff in that, and it's just great to finally find out where, having your cart go exactly how you want to go, or car in those games, cart in this. But yeah, I welcome it. Customization sounds great.
What do you think, Korchie?
I really like it, of course. My first thought, and I'm not kidding when I say this, was we are going to have some really fun, like, Frosty Pints, like themed rooms, like that Pegasus, like, cart thing that they had with the moving heads. I'm like, that's ridiculously awesome. And,
Peaches?
Peaches cart.
That was cool.
Yeah. And
cool.
and the Yoshi bike and all of that. So I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I really liked the customization in Mario Kart 7, which I played, but I didn't play it as much as I should have. But I really liked the customization too, because like Mikey was saying, I'm not that kind of person that necessarily goes for the top speed. I like handling and that sort of thing, so I can cater it towards how I like to play and try to, it helps you avoid bananas. Well, actually, I probably still hit them anyway, but, it caters to my needs, I guess we could say, when I'm playing the game.
Let's just say she got better at hitting me.
I don't know about that. But, yeah, and, I don't know, I was kind of disappointed, I guess, to see the bikes, but,
what?
I kind of was.
I didn't say nothing.
I mean, I only use bikes on Mario Kart Wii. It was a very rare occasion that I used a cart. It's probably one of those themed rooms. But, I really like that Mario Kart 7 took it back to that. But it looks like...
Carts, yeah.
Yeah, just using carts. But it looks like, and even, and sorry, Murph, I don't know if this is one of your topics, but the whole, like, theme of their direct that they did, it was almost kind of like it almost seemed like it was making fun of the fact that they knew that people were mad that the bikes were the so-called better option in Mario Kart Wii, and how they spent so much time making it... making Mario Kart 8 where they were more, they both had their advantages and so on.
Yeah.
So maybe it won't hurt it.
I have a small thought on that.
Yeah.
But anyway, I won't bring it all of that. I was not happy about that part. What do you think, Dunk?
I love customization. I'm all for customization in just about every single game that I play. I would like to see it go even further and let me put, like, dingle balls and fuzzy dice in my mirror and stuff like that. I think that would be fantastic, right?
Mario Kart 9.
I think that'd be awesome. And a GS sticker on my door.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
If they borrowed more from Mod Nation Racers. Sorry.
Yeah.
I think that would be fantastic if they had all that. I'd like to go further with engines and stuff like that, test my engines out. And I'd even, like, test tracks, so I could test out my car after I've modified it. I think that would be cool too. I never played Mario Kart 7. I played just about every single Mario Kart except 7. But like I said, I love customization, and the more that they can put in there, the better off I think I'll be.
Yeah, that's what I feel. I don't mind the customization as it is. I'm a little surprised they kept it the same as Mario Kart 7, for the most part, as far as the stats and the what you can swap out, what you can't. I was hoping for a little more, but I'm not exactly disappointed. And I never played Mario Kart 7, but I did, because I was taking a Visual Basic class at the time, I did a desktop app of the Mario Kart 7 stat generator, and then later when I took a PHP class and I did a website version of it. So I'll be nerding out doing that for Mario Kart 8, and I guess it'll be nice that they didn't change anything, because now I can just plug and play stats and change the images. So, but,
I want to personally thank you for that app, by the way.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It is a very good app, and it made it easier for me to see where I could defeat certain carts with my own cart. So it's a very good app.
That's awesome. I got an A for it, and although my teacher did give me kind of odd looks. I mean,
I don't know why.
You're a grown man, and you're doing a Mario Kart 7 app.
Here's your A, just get the hell out of the building. But, that's cool. I'm not, I don't like the bike stuff back, but, at least they have the ATV off-road, so I'll give that a try. That kind of bleeds into the next topic, and there were some more racers revealed, as you all know, the Koopalings or the Koopa Kids, I think we all are of the generation that knew them as Koopa Kids. A bunch of the stupid baby things came. I mean, great baby characters came. I think,
Leo likes racing his baby Mario, so I'm glad that baby Mario's come back in for my son, who's 5, and how do I explain to him that he's not in this one?
That means we're guilty.
Yeah, but baby Rosalina, why?
Okay, let's start with you, Fred, here. But,
why?
Because he's just going to rant anyway, guys, so let's just let him.
Yeah, let him go first.
Here's the character.
Gotta let him get it out of his system.
Freddie, here's the new racers, okay? And that they introduced at the Nintendo Direct. Baby Rosalina.
Yeah, why?
Gold Peach.
Why?
And they confirmed the Mii character.
It's great, because that means that Foster Parents is going to be awesome and we can make silly Miis.
Okay, so what's your thoughts about the new racers?
I don't understand why they've included them, and I probably won't be using them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the Koopalings, because they're in New Super Mario Bros. U. They're in a lot of the 2D side-scroller Mario games, so great. Yeah, the fact that they're in there, okay, great. I don't understand why they've increased the other two. I think Pink Gold Peach is there, so I think Korchie said it or somebody else on this said it, that they included her for a heavy female character. That's it.
Yeah, that's a good point.
All right.
What do you think, Korchie?
I think the opposite. I think the more characters, the better. I really don't think we can have too many. We can have even more. The thing that I dislike, and I actually briefly mentioned this before, is when they have annoying voices. So, whichever ones have the annoying voices I won't like Metal Mario. Oh my god, that thing drives me crazy. Funky Kong's definitely at the top of that list.
Now, he wasn't invited to this party, right? I don't think Funky Kong's... what a shame.
I think that all the hate that he generated over the previous 5 years has made him persona non grata.
Yeah, is he in this game, Funky Kong?
No,
I haven't seen him, no.
He's
kind of funny, actually.
Yeah, he's run off with Jar Jar Binks into the realm of characters people do not want back.
Still for the Jar Jar Binks.
I'm going to write that down, Donkey Kong. Funky Kong.
I'm totally going to rock pink gold peach or whatever it is because it's ridiculous with the Pegasus cart thing. And I love just having something ridiculous. Kind of like the Quacker, which was, I guess, not ridiculous. It was awesome, but that's it.
Well, what do you think, Dunk?
This, to me, goes back to the customization thing again. I think you should be able to customize your characters even. And kind of have... You can have all of those characters if you want to choose those characters, but then have like a base character where you could build him up and outfit him with a different helmet, outfit him with a different coat and stuff like that. But as far as like a gold peach, I don't know why you need a gold peach. If you're going to do that, have gold characters for everybody. Gold Mario, gold Koopalings.
Just be like a skin or something.
Just a skin, maybe earn or something like that after you race a couple.
Must be better than the other ones, I guess.
Yeah. But I don't know. I mean, I don't mind having that many characters. It doesn't bother me at all, actually.
Right, and the roster's 30, right? So we know all the characters now?
Yeah.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
Are there no hidden races then? That's it?
I don't know.
They're all unlocked from the get-go?
I doubt that they're all unlocked. I bet some of these that we're seeing would have to be earned.
Yeah, that's Mario Kart 7 you have to unlock. It's been so long since I started playing that game. But yeah, you had to unlock characters and in carts and all that stuff for that matter. Parts, wheels, gliders. I don't have everything unlocked in Mario Kart 7.
Like a ranking system. That'd be alright.
Well, what do you think, Mikey?
Well, of course, I like my Mii, of course. That's all good. Let's see. Baby Rosalina, I mean, I guess, we've got these other babies, so I guess she can be one too. Pink Gold Peach? Come on, really?
Oh, right.
Really?
Peach ran in about Pink Gold Peach.
Oh, come on.
Nice.
How did they come up with this idea? Did some graduate student just like do some project on a 3D printer and go, oh, well, that looks pretty good, and send it to Nintendo? Oh, this is a perfect idea. Let's make this.
He ran out of toner in his printer. The ink kind of ran out. It made her look all gold. She was actually supposed to be a regular peach.
Yeah, this 30-second job in Photoshop looks amazing. Do it.
You know, we were short a character. Now we got it.
Yeah, let's go home.
I don't know. Maybe they're just trying to aim towards the female fans of the game. That, like, I don't know. Not that I always necessarily raced with a female character, but
yeah. I'll say what I was going to say for my turn. But how about you, Merky?
Yeah, I think. Well, these newest two that they introduced are not. It's not. I'm not the target market on those. I don't think. I kind of agree with Korchie that it's gearing towards a different gender than mine. But you know, it's cool that they're there. I love that there's, you know, give as many choices as possible. Who I think I'm going to be playing with of the new characters is probably going to be Lakitu there. Mm-hmm. I think Laki's getting some playtime from me, but he looks like he's probably going to be a lightweight, and that's my wheelhouse there. But no, yeah, add as many characters as you want. I'm up for it. It's all cool. So.
And to wrap up this, the topic you share?
Oh, I think the more the merrier. I think my first, I'm with Korchie about the voices. That's the first thing that I thought of. I cannot tell you how many times I drove off the road when I first played Mario Kart when Bowser was behind me growling. So, you know, I'm with you on that, but more the merrier. Bring them on.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I like more characters. I do have to be a negative Nelly about this. So much of the roster that you're getting is the Koopa kids and babies. It's kind of annoying. And the fact they threw Rosalina, of course, I guess it makes logic in Lane Land. Yes, it's fine. You have a baby Rosalina, and you have a gold Peach, really? I'm kind of with
the pink gold Peach, get right there.
Pink gold.
I wouldn't want to just be
badass.
It's not just pink, and it's not just gold.
It's
gold.
It's pink gold.
You can't get much more badass than that.
I'm sure if they spent a half an hour more at work, they could have. I would have traded baby Rosalina and pink gold Peach for Pauline from Donkey Kong, the original female character. I think she should be in there. I'm still saying.
Oh, right, yeah.
No one knows who that is. Smurf.
I know.
No one knows who Pink Gold Peach is either. Oh, yeah.
She's gonna get her own themed games.
I'm gonna racist her always just to piss you guys off.
Oh, it will work. 2 races in, but
just wait.
I'm going to use my me. I know it's stupid because there's all these cool, like, all bright colors and stuff, and there's my me character, you know, but I like him, you know, middleweight me. Hopefully he doesn't sound like an angry Japanese guy again, but you know, I like it. I mean, in North America, I don't understand it.
I didn't know he had the sound effects from Mario Kart Wii as part of this. That was right on.
I just remember Lee riding at my house with that bloody wild thing. Get away from me!
Get away from me! You sound lame. But yeah. So I hope that this is what, and I'll move on. But this is my prediction. DLC character DLCs will happen because I can't imagine we will be confined to just this roster. It feels unbalanced. So I think down the road, some months later, to keep it fresh, people are going to go, oh, look, for $5 you can download a character pack. That's what I think. It'll be themed, you know. That's what I think.
Kong.
No, there will not be a Funky Kong. I think you go ahead, have a Funky Kong, and you guys actually buy him. That's fine.
I'm gonna buy him.
I'm gonna buy the
Make it look
DLC that
like
prevents
him.
that from coming into my game.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Genius, Nintendo.
There we go.
Make a lot of money.
Yeah, charge us $100 for that, and I'll buy it.
I'd buy it.
Okay, so I was not impressed by the last racers. That's 30 available. Okay, we touched a little bit on items. So what do you think about the new mix-up? So we're going to have the boomerang flower, and throw 3 times. Comes back at you, hits people along the way there and the way back. You have a couple chances there. The piranha plant that gobbles up everything around, including items left on the track, which I think is kind of interesting. Crazy 8, where you have 8 items rotating around you can select from. And definitely the new one was the super horn, which causes offensive and defensive sonic booms around. Just what do you think about the items? Which one, does anything strike you as interesting? What do you think, Dunk?
I like the sonic boom. When I saw that, I was like super impressed with that. Driving along, all of a sudden I hit my horn and everybody gets moved off the track. It's a beautiful thing. I suck so bad at Mario Kart games anyway, so I need like every little kind of thing to help me out. So if I get one right away, it's going off. That's all. It's going off. I'm gonna get into a big group of you guys, and I'm gonna hit that horn. It's going off.
Rude.
Yeah. I love the piranha plant, too. I think that's awesome. Eating up banana peels, because I hate banana peels. Yeah.
So your racing style is going to kind of be like the trailer of Inception. You're just going to be honk.
Honk, and then eating banana peels. Honk.
Or Pacific Rim. Honk, yeah.
That's me. Well, I'm taking up the rear. That's what I'll be doing. I'll be eating up all the stuff that you guys leave on the road behind you. I'll be coming along with my piranha plant, eating it all up.
That sounds disgusting, by the way. What do you think, Cher?
I'm looking forward to trying the boomerang.
Oh, yeah.
The video I was watching, they were talking about that, and that looked like it could do some damage.
Yeah, I totally agree.
I don't know enough about it to, really talk about it, so.
What do you think, Marky?
Yeah, boomerang looks cool. I think, Balky might get an unfair advantage with that thing. But the new items look pretty cool. I do like that. What they call that thing? The horn deal?
They called it Super Horn.
Oh, yeah. Well, yeah, I like it. What I like the most about it is it does exactly what you want your car horn to do when you're in heavy traffic. So, yeah, great.
What do you think? I'm doing the corners first. So, Mikey.
Well, I definitely like the boomerang flower. Pretty cool addition. Piranha plant looks good for trying to catch up to the pack. Crazy 8's nothing more than a lucky 7 from Mario Kart 7 plus the coin, which for those that have played Mario Kart 7, it's pretty it's a double-edged sword because one of the items is a bomb, and someone can try to hit your bomb with a shell or can try to seal your star when it's rotating around you, and that will probably cause the bomb to go off as well. So
yeah,
that's been a double-edged sword for me all the time. Super Horn looks pretty OP.
Can you choose which one you want to get, or is it random which one you choose?
So the items rotate in order, and the item that is used when you press the attack button is the item that is in front of you, or at least closest to you if some of the items have already gone.
So can you only pick one item? Are the 8?
No. All 8 will... First you use the attack button to deploy all 8 around you. Oh. Then, if you want to use a specific item while you're driving, you must wait for that item to show up in front of you. And then use the appropriate attack command to use it. So like if you want to drop a bomb behind you, the bomb has to be the one rotated in front of your cart. and then you go ahead and use the down plus attack to drop the bomb behind you. Yeah. So it's not as easy to use as you might think. Some people will just spam the button 9 times to get.
Frantically, yeah.
Just use a star.
Yeah, just to get to the star. And other people will take the risk and have all 8 rotating around them. If I can get into the front of the pack with an 8, I'll probably put all 8 around me, and then if a blue shell starts coming in, then I might spam back, or at least try to time the star itself so that I can save the rest. But I mean, it's kind of difficult to use just because there's 8 items and you can't just choose which one immediately. So yeah, the super horn on the other hand, that thing's overpowered. I don't care what anyone says. I mean, before I felt like as soon as someone manages to get into the front of the pack with 3 mushrooms, that's pretty OP, but at least they can't protect themselves behind them. They get into the front with a super horn, forget it, it's done. You know?
And
well, they've only got 1 shot on it, so I mean, if you've got 3 red shells, you know.
That's true. But
throw the first 2.
At the same time, you know, at least the holder of the super horn can slow down, brake, and try to close the gap and use the super horn to knock both the shells and the player out with it. With 3 mushrooms, you're pretty much just like, well, these mushrooms won't help, and then you just get hit 3 times. So, you know. I think Super Horn's pretty awesome.
Well, and before we continue, because I want to go Korchie and then Freddy on this topic, just letting everyone who's listening know, Cher had to duck out. She had an appointment. She forewarned me about that, so it was really awesome that she was able to take part of it because she has been a Shellslinger for many years now, and it's great to have her back. So.
No, that was awesome. I haven't talked to her in so long.
Now, I want to go to Korchie next on this is because doesn't the Sonic, the Super Horn, remind you of Attack on One Nation Racers? A little bit?
Didn't
they?
Yeah.
Didn't they have something around?
Nation. It's been so long since I played that game.
Yeah.
But no, they did. And in Mad Nation, you had to you could power up your items, so they had different levels of its effectiveness, I guess. But yeah, I think it did actually have I don't remember what it was called.
Neither do I. It was some kind of sonic boom. If you're near, it hurt them.
I totally forgot about that.
Yeah, I don't think I used it that often.
Yeah.
Well, what's your thoughts about the new items?
I really liked them. The one that I'm not too excited about is the Super 8, actually. That's, I'm the person on Mario Kart 7 that I couldn't handle it, and I would just spam them and get the star. Because there's so much going on as you got all those items flying around you. You know, you're driving and you're doing so much at once to try to time them out. It's crazy. Plus, you have the whole thing where you have to worry about somebody driving next to you and stealing your star. And there's nothing worse than somebody stealing your star.
No.
You know. So,
it's a horrible feeling for sure.
Yeah, and no kidding. And I guess you had me recorded, so in a few months when I say the exact opposite of everything that I've already said on here, the 7 item I thought was going to be awesome in Mario Kart 7. I was like, hell yeah, that looks like the item. That's the best thing ever, and I hate it. So, but we'll see. I guess, I guess the bomb isn't on there, right? So,
I thought I did see the bomb.
Yeah. Or is it on there? Okay, just kidding. But there's a lot going on with that. But the horn I thought was awesome. I think it might be overpowered. I think Mikey might be right there. But I wonder how often you get it in a race. Like with Mario Kart Wii, you're only going to get the bullet bill if you're in last or second to last place. And even you have to have so many racers even for that to even happen. So, like I would think that they've worked out a way to make it so it's not so incredibly overpowered, but, I also had to laugh because my first thought was, wow, to me, it looks like they are, looking at the people that were really into Mario Kart Wii, or Mario Kart 7 for that matter, and using the mushroom to avoid the blue shell. That was like my first thought. So it's almost like they're again acknowledging that and taking it a step further. Maybe making it easier for people to do that, maybe? But,
the blue shell dodge was, it was amazing to pull it off.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you had to have the timing perfect. But
I know, but it was like, F you, buddy. You just... I won the race because I had a mushroom when you spun that blue shell. I didn't pull it off very many times online, but it was worth it every single time I did it. It was such an amazing feeling. I think the Super Horn's going to make it easier. I think you're right, Korchie.
Yeah, I think so too. And it's giving you defense, so it's not like you have somebody with a red shell, behind you. You can just use your freaking horn and beat them away. Yeah. The boomerang looks pretty cool. It kind of seems similar to the Fire Flower, almost, sort of, from Mario Kart 7. They took that out. And that I thought was going to be a really cool item, and it's pretty lame, I think. Mikey would know more than me because he's played the game a lot more, but it's kind of lame. It wasn't as cool as I thought it would be in Mario Kart 7.
Which item was it?
The Fire Flower, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's not as overpowering as they make it.
Is it not a good defensive weapon? Will it not take out shells?
Oh, yeah, it's an excellent defensive weapon.
Yeah, it's just, if you're shooting somebody in front of you, it just kind of slows you down. It doesn't completely, take you out.
Yeah, it's like a banana peel type hit. Or maybe not even that. Yeah, the real use of the Fire Flower is to knock all of the players' coins out of them. That's really what it is.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what do you think, Freddie?
I'm looking forward to, they say new items, but obviously the Fire Flower is a new item for you and me, Murph.
Yeah.
Because we've not used that in Mario Kart 7 because we've not played it.
Right.
So, I don't know. It looks awesome. The fact that they're going back to the coins again, what is it, 10 or 20 coins you can have?
I don't know.
For your maximum speed.
It's probably going to be 10 like in Mario Kart 7.
Right. Yeah, so if you have more than 10 and you get a few knocked out, that's not too bad. But coins were very important in the original Mario Kart. If you didn't have, I can't remember what it was in the original, I think it was maybe 10 then. If you didn't have many coins, you wouldn't be travelling anywhere near as fast as everybody else. So I think those sort of weapons that knock coins out of people to slow them down, they're going to take, maybe a quarter of a lap to try and get some more coins off of the track, take a wider line. It's going to slow them down. So, I don't know. The Boomerang Flower, I like it. It gives you 3 chances. I assume it's going to be it's not going to be an auto Boomerang Flower like a red shell. You're going to have to aim it, I assume.
Yeah.
The piranha plant looks hilarious. Chomping at everything. Yeah. It reminds me of the Chain Chomp. Who had the Chain Chomp in Mario Kart Double Dash on the GameCube? Come on, guys. Who had the Chain Chomp? Was it one of the baby characters? Was it Baby Mario and Baby Luigi had that?
I believe it was both of them, yeah.
Yeah, so that was...
Belky would know that, if Belky was here.
Yeah, Belky would know that. I think it is the baby characters from Mario Kart Double Dash.
Yeah.
I'm kind of hoping that will yank you along as well, but I don't think it does. But that looks awesome. The Crazy 8, well, we've heard about that, so and I don't know anything about it anyway, and the Super one I've already talked about, so... Yeah. It's just changing it up, isn't it? It's making it slightly different, changing the way the game plays. It looks like, apart from the Super Horn, everything has something to balance it out.
Yeah.
I assume the Super Horn doesn't work on the stars. I'm assuming...
Oh, man,
no.
It better not.
Is the shock back in? Back in it?
Yeah, I think I saw that on there.
Yeah,
Pretty sure it is.
See it, but it's got to be in there.
Yeah.
Right. So, what about the blooper and the other things from Mario Kart Wii that did they make it?
Yeah,
into
the
Mario
blooper
Kart?
is in. The blooper is actually part of the Crazy 8.
Right.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Banana, green shell, red shell, bomb, star. Yeah, I think those are the items of the 8. Oh, let's hope that that's not back.
No, I was hoping it wasn't, but Bullet Bill. I suppose Trip Greens and Trip Reds are in. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Wow. Excited. Can't wait. Come on, May the 30th. Hurry up.
And Merky, did you have a chance to comment?
I did. Yeah.
Okay.
A while ago.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
He's saying me talking too much. That's what he said.
Nope.
I like them. I think they're all cool. I don't know about the Crazy 8 though. I mean, like it as a card game, let alone in here. But the Super Horn's cool. The only thing, and you guys kind of mentioned other items, so I'm going to do this real quick. But you know how the blue shell's back, but it's on the ground now. And I kind of wonder if the mechanics are going to be a little more tweaked. I hope it is. You know how, like, when you got a blue shell, and when the blue shell decided you were in first, and it didn't matter if you were in first anymore, that thing was going to hit you. I hope it's a little smarter this time, where you can actually use that as a tactic. When you're neck to neck with somebody, blue shell's coming, and you just slam on the brakes at the last minute, and they get it, because that's how it worked in Jack X on their equivalent of that item. And it was a blast messing with people. It was like, you're racing all the thing, and at the last second you just hit that brake, and they keep going, and boom. Oh, so much satisfaction.
That tactic does exist in Mario Kart 7.
Does it?
Yeah, it does. So, like, because you can see the items that people are holding in that game, the moment you see a blue shell listed in slots 6, 7, or 8 is usually the time that you have to decide if you're far enough ahead to warrant just keeping going, or if you're close to a second place player.
But if you're in first, and then they release it, once they've released it, it doesn't switch who it's going after, right?
No, it's not locked onto the player yet. It's locked to the track. So it will only lock until it gets within a certain distance of the first place player, and then at that point it's set on the player, no matter what.
Okay, interesting.
Hopefully it's the same now too. I think it will be, because I thought it was I thought it was a welcome change, and it was nice to be able to hit players when you're in 8th, that are the person in the lead.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and the next kind of section of talk, we're almost done here, kind of. But, there's so much information.
We've got loads to go through. We got another podcast to film.
Oh, this is being split up, don't worry. So, when we upload it. But, if the bikes are back. If we're one, what do you all think of the bike? And the fact that they are pointing towards, there is a difference. As you said earlier, you know, they kind of had some fun about people complaining about the bikes, and then they tried to prove, I'll talk about that, but about saying that in different environments, different situations.
You gonna rage about that, Lee?
I'm trying really hard just to ask the question and not comment on it, but the idea that they say the carts are better in certain scenarios and bikes are better in other scenarios. What do you think about that being an element of the racing again? What do you think, Marky?
I don't know. I've never been great on a bike, so I'm probably just going to be kart anyhow. I do like that something will have an advantage over the what was the thing? It's the kart's better on straightaways, but the bike will turn better.
Yep.
Sounds great. So that's just an added thing of customization. You're picking. I wouldn't want it to be exactly the same. I also wouldn't want either side overpowered, which Mario Kart Wii seemed to be yeah, if you're on a bike, you have a clear advantage over anybody in any situation. So I like that there's a positive and a negative to both.
Yeah. What do you think, Freddie?
Well, I honestly, although I love the bikes in Mario Kart, I just wish they kept it to karts this time. Then this problem of arguing about which is better and what you're going to use would be completely null and void. You would be picking karts and customizing them to whatever you wanted. I'm going to be using a bike again for the simple reason is that you are small to hit, and you are small to hit things on the track. And that's the reason why I chose a bike in the first place. The fact that they were better at cutting corners and the fact that they were inward drifting just was like a huge, huge plus. But they're just smaller, so you're going to fit through smaller gaps. If there's a lot of crap on the track, it's going to be easier for you to weave through it.
Right.
And that's why I picked them. But I think personally they should have been taken out of the game. And that's coming from someone who was almost solely a bike user on Mario Kart Wii. I think the game would have been better if they just got rid of him. But they haven't, so.
What do you think, Doc?
I hated the bikes in Mario Kart Wii. I still hate them. I have nightmares of those damn things. But I agree. I think they should have left them out. Personally, I want Mario Kart. I don't want Mario Bike. I want karts, kind of thing. But I'll give them a shot if they've tweaked them enough and if they've changed them up. Because in Mario Kart Wii, I couldn't drive the things to save my life. And if they've changed them enough, then, yeah, I'll give them a shot. I'm not going to totally deny that the bikes are in the game and not use them. I'll definitely try them out and see what they're like.
What do you think, Korchie?
Sorry, I'm looking at stuff about this online. But I know, sorry, ADD. No, I kind of already said it. I'm mad about the mics, although I'm probably gonna end up using one. Let's be honest. I'll probably mostly use the bike with my pink gold peach and yeah, I just wanna pretty much. I'm gonna start with the cart though. That's what I want to go with, just because the bikes just annoy me. Like it's Mario Kart, not Mario Bike.
Yeah.
But that's all I have to say, really.
What do you think, Mikey?
As much as I don't like the bikes in Mario Kart Wii, I don't have a problem with having bikes in there. I just don't like the idea that they're still going with bikes and carts have different mechanics at all. That's really what I don't like about it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's definitely carts that don't look like carts in all of these games, and I don't have a problem with that. It's just like the idea that there's bikes that they all have the same different mechanic than a cart does in a game that is supposed to be geared towards cart, since that's the second word in the name of the game. That's kind of where I have the problem. But it is nice that it looks like they're trying to balance out the game, but I don't know. They made it sound like the game was balanced at the beginning of Mario Kart Wii, and look at where that went. So I'm holding my judgment as to if a cart really has any sort of advantage over a bike until I actually see it for myself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's like when I was watching and they were like, compare, and it's like, oh, see, this one's slightly better in this track. This is slightly better. And it's like, I can see them doing this exact video at the beginning of Mario Kart Wii trying to sell me an idea that, like, the Wild Wing was superior in a very isolated situation, like the retro track Super Mario Circuit 3.
Yeah, you can kick ass on that track.
That Wild Wing was, like, built for that, but only that. So I'm sure they could have done videos to see the Wild Wing just kick, Funky's butt in this. And so, stop complaining. And I would say F you, because that is not true. Clearly, the bikes overall had an advantage.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I mean, come join us.
I'm not. And I'll try the cart. If it has 4 wheels, I'll try it. If it has 2 wheels, then I'm just going to call you a hacker.
Oh, my God, not again. Oh, my God. Freddie, you're a hacker. Look, someone on a bike. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's just, I don't like it. I thought when the bikes came back, at first all the news was about, it's essentially cosmetic. If you want to look like a bike, that's cool. But as I think she was saying, and Mikey, the things are so different as it is. I don't see why you need a whole bike class that has a twist on the mechanics by itself. It seems like
it's not fair. I'm sorry, but it isn't fair, right. and that's coming from someone who loved using the bikes in the way. I don't think it's fair. I think you should be using a cart in a game called Mario Kart. They want to bring out a separate game called Mario Bike and then do it.
Well, I think there's each design should have performance difference, and not necessarily, but if you have a bike, it can cut corners better than the cart, because already you're skinnier, and that means if you can cut corners better, that means you can weave through these items better than a cart ever can.
And you can take it past the line through the circuit. It's not fair.
Well, it also implies, and I'll leave it at this and we'll move on, but it implies that lesser, more greenhorn players will be on carts. This is why. Because they see straightaways is what cart's better at. Well, as you play tougher tracks, you have less straightaways.
Yeah.
So that means as you advance, you're almost expected to pick bikes because you're going to have to corner more, right?
Yeah. Right.
So that's great. I guess if we were in a drag race, carts would be great, but that's not, there's going to be Luigi Circuit and then that's it,
Well,
Mario Drag Race. Let's get that game.
That's fine. And then they'll put a glider on and slow it down. I know. Nintendo, you do the parachute at the end, you pull it and you stop. Not halfway through. Slow it on, pull that thing.
It's amazing. We all love the game, but we've all got things about it that we can't stand. It's so funny.
About it.
Oh, man. It's not even out yet. We're already complaining. Yeah, you're right.
The one thing I'm curious about, though, is I wonder if you could take a cart and use something like the roller wheels that they have in Mario Kart 7 and get that improved handling, and if that would compare to the handling of a bike, or if they're talking about the drift, maybe the carts have outward drift, and I think it's outward drift, and the bikes have the inward. But I don't know. I wonder if there's a way to.
See, but the thing is that it's that separate mechanic that's not fair. It gives you a huge advantage. You know as well as I do that you can cut corners a lot tighter using a bike than you could on a car.
Oh yeah. I just wonder what the wheel, because you can pick your wheels, right? So I wonder if if that
change the mechanic for the car.
Yeah, if maybe it'll even it out. If you. But I don't know. I guess we'll just have to wait till we actually have the thing in our hands.
Yeah. They're going to have, of course, 12 racers per race, which is not surprising, but it's kind of cool. They're streamlining the online menus, which relate to 4 game modes, and this is where this is going to tie in. There's worldwide, regional, friends, but there's also now tournaments. And according to it, tournaments, players can create from scratch their own tournaments, its settings, its times, its rules. You can name it. I think it sounds like you can determine access. There was a screenshot where it looked like almost like a friend code where you would give that to somebody and then that's how they can enter depending on what your permissions are.
Wow.
What do you think about the tournament mode online and the potential, particularly like in a place like Shellslingers? What do you think, Merky?
I think it was made for Shellslingers. Like, our group is just going to thrive on that. We'll come up with something where if he was in the thing, everybody had to be Funky Kong on a bike, I don't know. And all you get, like, the only item is the blue shell, something like that.
Wow, man.
That would be interesting.
Put that in quotes.
That'd be awesome, actually. That would be awesome.
There'd be Murph's lobby for carters only.
Yeah. I think also tournaments is going to help Gunslinger, because I think people will see us throwing these events, and more people will come in and want to be part of our fun. So I'm all for the tournaments. Sounds great.
What do you think, Dunk?
Tournaments, like Merky said, I think it was built specifically for our clan. I look back at all the really fun things that Gunslingers have always done, all our get-togethers. You know, we had the meet and greets for Black Ops 2, for Modern Warfare 3. We had all the different game modes that we would play. You know, we would play Michael Myers on Black Ops, where you would run around with just your knife only, you know, and things like that. I think those, to me, are some of the funnest memories I have at GS, is playing games like that and playing those kinds of modes. So I think this one is just gonna add even more cool things to it.
Yeah. And the three remaining here is Korchie, Freddy, and Mike. And why I did in that order is because, as all three of you remember, we used to have theme nights, and often Frosty Pines came with a theme for that week. Mm-hmm. So I imagine you can easily tie that into tournaments, right, Korchie?
Yeah, you know, I loved the themed nights. Those are some good times for sure. Yeah, they were. So I agree with what everybody's saying. I think it sounds like it's perfect for us. My only thing that I'm wondering is Mario Kart 7 did I believe they call it communities. Mikey, you would know better than me, but to me that didn't really seem to work on there. Like, it had potential, but this didn't work, and I never really used it. So I'm wondering what the differences are going to be between the two to compare them. And I like, it's all, this is probably a dumb question, but it's all like live racing, right? It's not like you race and then you race against somebody's ghost or something like that, right?
No, it's supposed to be live.
It's completely live. Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. But, yeah, I love the theme stuff. I think it can make it a more even playing field too for somewhere like us where we're more casual, where, you know, when we're racing worldwide, there's some people that might be a little faster and more better than me. More better is grammatically correct too. But, you know, it makes it fun for everyone, regardless of how many hours you logged into the game. And that way I can make I can make my own room where we're all pink, gold, peach, only. And that's all that's allowed in there.
Okay.
And
that's going to be a popular one.
It is.
What do you think, Mikey?
Well, I like the modes. I like the idea that you can set time that people have to get in, and there you go. You got to run it. You got to go with the tournament at that point in time. It's pretty good way of keeping things in order. In regards to the communities in Mario Kart 7 versus the tournaments, I'm really hoping. There was only really one thing I liked about communities, and it was the ability to set something called bob-ombs only. I want to see that in Mario Kart 8, and if that's there and it works just like Mario Kart 7, then I think you guys are going to be surprised when you get a crazy 8 and all 8 of the items are bob-ombs, and
Wow.
yeah. Just have 8 bombs rolling around you, and it's hilarious what the results are with those things.
Throw them away.
Can imagine lots of F-bombs as well.
I don't know who you could be referring to there.
Yeah, myself.
Possibly me.
Myself.
Wouldn't be me.
Well, on that note, Eddie, what do you think?
I agree with everything that everyone said. I agree that it's going to be a very great thing. I think it's perfectly made for our clan, and I think it's going to bring back the fun to Frosty Pints on a Friday night, on a Saturday night.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. I miss
the whole ritual of making a me and going and it was awesome, and hopefully we shall recapture some of that awesomeness. And that's not grammatically correct either, but I don't care.
Yeah, I'm totally for it. I love bringing it back, and I remember playing, Black Ops or Call of Duty with the other guys, and we would, we'd go and we can tweak the things and have like crazy private rooms, and I was like, man, if we could have done this back in Mario Kart Wii during our themed Frosty Pint nights, it would have been amazing, and now we can. So, and if you look at that screen cap, Nintendo did this on purpose. If you notice in the top result, it mentions a clan, so they know that there's an audience for it, and so I think they're building in parts of that feature that kind of go towards that. We could have one called Shellslingers, and there's kind of a little bit of advertising in game for us.
Mm-hmm.
And
I didn't even see that. That's cool.
Yeah, and now, granted, we don't do Clan Wars, and if we do things, it will be like tournaments, that we host and stuff like that. But I can imagine that community should be happy to see those kind of hints, because it means that they can truly have Clan Wars,
Yeah. You can pick your sides. It'll make racing as a team, I think, probably easier.
Oh yeah, I think
if you're racing as a team, it means that you shouldn't be looking out for your team's items. They should be only affecting the opposing team. So I don't know. I mean,
as long as they don't make an app like Call of Duty Ghosts for it.
It almost works.
It did.
Almost works.
It almost works.
No, come on. It may not have all the functionality or supposed functionality of the Call of Duty app, but this is Nintendo. Whatever they do, it may not be what we exactly want, but it'll be good. So.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Exactly. Because Nintendo would not be caught dead doing something that Activision did with that unbelievably terrible Call of Duty app. Nintendo would never do that.
No.
It's either going to be in the game or not. And if it's going to be in the game, it's going to be awesome. Yeah, exactly what Freddie said. I think whether or not we agree with their decision, they will implement their decision well, Yeah. Real quick, speaking of that and F-bombs and everything, during the lobbies, they confirm there will be voice and text chat.